1400 CE. We must, for virtue's sake, wed back into the family to keep out blood untainted and pure from the unwashed masses. 1500 CE. I done and sees. Rules is rules. 1600 CE. Hag. Most destructive flood in the Nile. Calmest day in the Yellow River. Most Renaissance painters. Today I will paint some angels. Meanwhile Da Vinci. Dissecting this corpse will help my art look more realistic. 1st century Northern Indians. It's alive. Hitler, in hell, gonna prank Hirohito when he gets executed. 1945, 1946, 1988. Mongols, Tatars, Nogais, Ottomans and Central Asians pillaging, plundering, and burning villages, enslaving and massacring peasants for 500 years. Russian Empire in the 1700s. My turn. Japan when someone declares war on them, and it is Poland. Never ask a woman her age. A man, his salary. Joan of Arc. Where the duck is Arc. When Aphrodite learns the truth of her creation. Please say psych. Liechtenstein and Haiti when they first met at the 1937 Olympic Games. Oh crap. Well, one of us is gonna have to change. Point of view. You need to take revenge on an army which threatened to rape all your women. Mongol problems require Mongol solutions. Arms race across ages be like. Sharp stick but hard tip. Portable sharp stick but hard tip. Sharp stick but very long hard tip. Portable hard tip with no stick. He industrialized France. He built Paris. He defeated Russia. He was a great emperor. And in this house Napoleon III is a hero. End of story. Giuseppe Garibaldi fan meeting. Well, this is awkward. Hideyoshi arriving in Kyushu. Toyotomi Hideyoshi. What you got there? Portuguese. Japanese slaves. A Bible. 1.5 million people dying of starvation and disease in Ireland. Parliament. Tiger tail make pee hard. Like diamond. Eggers. Why don't you eat mummies? Like a civilized man? Most medieval torture devices were probably only used once or twice ever by anyone, or in special cases or are fake. Until we meet again. When the Nazi Party held its first book burnings, one of the works destroyed was an 1821 play by Heinrich Heine containing the famous phrase, where they burn books, they will also in the end burn people. Ironic. Americans. Knew. Our founding fathers were racist. Knew. They were great men by the standard of their time. Europeans. Our rulers were racist. Yes. Spent years climbing career ladder. Finally promoted to generalship. Win unwinnable battle against all odds. Imperial court exiles/executes you for treason. The curved swords myth. What a claymore design 50 years ago looks like in my head. What a claymore design 50 years ago actually looks like. Nikola Tesla's life be like. Burn through savings on a project. Project fail or is stolen. Burn through savings on a project. Project fail or is stolen. Europeans didn't have martial arts. They were so stupid. Anyway, Izorn hoard him for the final blow. Good thing we have swords in abundance, so we don't need to use our hands. A long time ago. You can live rent free in me if you make energy for me. Yes. Mussolini trying to explain to Hitler what the duck he is doing in Albania and Greece in late 1940. The work is mysterious and important. Exposed. Was Hitler a Nazi? Look, we will give you $3 million if you stay quiet about the attempted bribe and release our agent. I will accept and stay quiet if you instead give me $33 million in economic aid for Singapore. This was the highest point of US-China relations. Everyone, Oh my god, we say we are so civilized, yet we fight so many pointless wars for so little. I mean, look at our primitive ancestors, they just chill. Some chimps in Tanzania, 1974 to 1978. Insurrectionists, we have our own national anthem called I Wish I Was in Dixie. Union Boys about to drop one of the hardest songs and ass whoopings of all time. Everyone, the A-10 is a gun with wings. It's a flying war crime. The USS Tennessee. I'm guns. There's no boat. Geishi, please just shave your mustache. You can shave my mustache when I'm dead. Corporate needs you to find the differences between this picture and this picture. Abraham Wald. Did you know that George Washington never knew that dinosaurs existed? That's interesting to say the least. This onion won't make me cry. The fall of the Roman Empire couldn't be stopped. Stalin's relationship with his children. Stalin, Svetlana, Vasily, Yakov. When you check your pocket and can't feel your colony. 20th century Chinese armies. Bandit Pacification Army. Dare to Die Corps. Terrorist Eradication Army. Citizens Punitive Army. Modern armies. First Army. Second Army. Third Army. Fourth Army. Mendeleev invents periodic table so people won't have to memorize the element properties. Chemistry teachers makes the students memorize the table. Mendeleev. Wow, guys, you did a wonderful job. Intelligence, sabotage, great battles. You fought well against tyranny and you liberated our country from an oppressor. Who wants to fight a colonial war? What? Who would win? A legendary Irish queen with the appetite for 30 romantic partners. Some cheese. Marie Antoinette in 1793. I'm not ashamed of my history. Exactly. That's the problem. You should be. I've been watching this YouTuber, Zuma Historian. He's so great. Did you know the Allies acutely started the war and that Hitler was just trying to defend his people? I guess it's true that history is written by the victors. Chinese rebellion. 1 guerrillion dead. Boo. Get better material. Yellow River flood for pests campaign. Pro-slavery people in 1807. We could never stop slavery because slaves are too economically valuable. We'd fall behind to other countries. Britain, hold my beer. Modern historians. Ancient historians. The troop numbers were exactly 55,367 infantry and 3,000 cavalry. Now listen to the exact speech the general gave. The French army in World War II was plagued by internal issues, including an obsolete hierarchy, political infighting, and outdated tactics, which contributed to its rapid defeat in 1940. Yeah, no, it just sucked. Ernest Shackleton. Hey kid, wanna know how I survived the Antarctic? Okay, sure, why not? 1 hour later. Jesus Christ, Ernest. Battle of Leipzig. Battle of Waterloo. The Dutch just casually discovering the Australian landmass and then leaving without doing anything to it. Whatever. 1944. Adolf Hitler will never be the chairman of NATO. He's Hitler's chief of staff. 1961. Some dumbass kid poking his eye out with a stitching tool. A system being created allowing blind people to read effectively. This photo of Stalin with his daughter and some of his staff couldn't have aged that poorly. The photo in question. Japan when committing ethnic and cultural genocide against the Chinese. Japan when Germany does the same thing in Poland. Augustus, all of my heirs are dead and the provinces are revolting. I need you to come back and agree to be the next emperor. Tiberius. Okay, fine. But I'm gonna complain the whole time. Morgan Robertson. After correctly predicting the Titanic disaster 14 years in advance. Would you please listen? I'm not a prophet. I just know a lot about boats. Here's a prophet. Never ask a woman her age. A man, his salary. The CIA what happened in an Indian desert in May 1998. Enemy. The US has 100 nukes, we should surrender. We should all die. Enemy. Japanese cabinet. Wouldn't it be wondrous for this whole nation to be destroyed like a beautiful flower? What? Japanese cabinet. What? Shame random men into enlisting with white feathers. Give one to some man in civilian clothes. He's on his way to receive Victoria Cross, the highest military honor. He's on his way to receive Victoria Cross, the highest military honor. Make Istanbul Constantinople again. At the 1415 Battle of Agincourt, where the English army, mostly archers, devastated a vastly superior force of French knights, many of the victorious archers fought without their pants on. This was because most were sick with dysentery and chose to remove their breeches, allowing them to poo while fighting. Napoleon wants money for war with England. Thomas Jefferson wants to purchase Louisiana. British bank offers to lend Thomas the money. Thomas Jefferson borrows the money and buys Louisiana. Declares war on Britain with Louisiana money. All of France resisted during World War II. Also in Berlin in 1945. Come on guys, we gotta defend the Führer's bunker. Feeling depressed? Without purpose? Need to reflect on your feelings? Do what men have always done. Join the French Foreign Legion. Bucky O'Neill. No Spanish bullet can kill me. I'm no Spanish bullet. Died May 29, 1453. Born May 29, 1453. Welcome back Constantinople. Mayo. We outnumber those Poles by a factor of 100. We'll win this battle for sure. We outnumber by 100. Surrender. No. Hitler. Treaty your Versailles. Allies. Your baby is so cute. He should be a model. Or, you think so? A model airplane. Russian history in a nutshell. Russian tsars and dictators. Welcome to hell, comrade. Russian civilians. Japan throughout its history. Japan after a bit of radiation. Islamic law. Now, you can't marry a slave, my sultan. Sultan Suleiman, but I really liked her. Can you ignore this one, please? Islamic law. Hell no. Sultan Suleiman. What if I just, free her? Make it legal for her to be my queen. That's okay, right? Islamic law. Point of view. You've been ordered to slay Minamoto no Yoshitsune, but a 7-foot tall warrior monk with 7 weapons is blocking the bridge. You shall not pass. Italian World War I engineers, when they figure out turning 2-barrel abomination into a single barrel is a good idea. When you visit Germany. When Germany visits you. When you and every other young man in Europe are forced to dig trenches, sleep in mud, and die choking on gas just to move the front line 5 kilometers before doing it all over again, all while fighting in a war between literal first cousins. World War I enthusiasts. The Western Front, the Eastern Front, Gallipoli, the African campaigns. Marxist historians. Class struggle explains all wars. French wars of religion, crusades, etc. The only Japanese who survived the Titanic lost his job because he was known as a coward in Japan for not dying with the other passengers. Japan. Bitch. How dare you still live? This guy. Well, boys, the Cold War's been won. It'll all be smooth sailing from here. History is over. Democracy and free markets have won. Now we just sit back and watch our stocks go up. The formation of SS Charlemagne, September 1944. What do you wish your new division to be called? Charlemagne, after France's greatest leader. Charlemagne relaxing in medieval France. Charlemagne whenever he saw a German. I wish a kind of victory was named after me. Poof. Done. But as payment I'm taking an arm and a leg. What the duck, that wish cost me more than it was worth. It's a pig wish. Commodus, my son. You'll become imperator soon. You must choose your fate. You can be a good ruler and save Pax Romana, or make a fool of yourself in a circus. Germany politely asking Mexico to invade the US. Mexican officials. Germany being dead serious. The World Trade Center still burning. WWOR Radian host. My building is now the tallest in downtown Manhattan. Donald Trump in a call a few hours after the planes flew into the towers. Not even true. It was the second tallest. What the duck is wrong with you? This is my cousin Joe I studying to be a priest in Georgia. Please give your prayers on his journey with Jesus. Aaron Burr watching the 275 men sent by Thomas Jefferson to arrest him on false charges. War expectations. Please give us a rest. We are tired of winning. We got the Spanish on the run. War. Reality. My god. The crabs. They're eating the corpses. Chinese authorities. What you got there? 2 Nestorian monks. Silkworms hidden in 2 hollow canes. A smoothie. Pure alpha Chad. Look at how he dominates this tiny woman. She is fearful. This is what you should aspire to be. Beast. Who poisoned the emperor? His wife. His brother. His general. His eunuchs. His concubines. The emperor. I poisoned myself. I was drinking an immortality elixir. Aaron Burr killing Alexander Hamilton in a duel in 1804. Alexander Hamilton Jr. representing Burr's second wife in their divorce in 1836. Daddy, not now son. Daddy, not now son. Dad, not now son. Son. Yankee Doodle with his hat riding on a pony. Stalin. I declare not one step back. Soviet units. I just wanted you to know that you can't just say no step back and expect us to stop the Germans. I didn't say it, I declared it. Medieval armies. Ancient armies. Some French nationalists when the Germans who topple their government, humiliate their nation, and persecute/kill their people happen to not like Jews and communists. Friend. Me, why must depictions of the Kit extinction event always have a T-Rex staring at the asteroid? Paleotists. It's the law. Everyone can be redeemed. Hello ma'am, welcome to the... I ruined an entire generation of young men and teenage boys starter pack. The Chilean Navy, after arriving in Mexico to help with their independence war, the war ended a year ago. The British Empire slowly encroaching on Malaya. Sultan Abu Bakr of Johor maintaining autonomy by being best buds with Queen Victoria. I was born in the wrong generation. What most people think 1950s US nuclear weapons development was like. I want a nuclear hand grenade, nuclear rocket launcher, nuclear torpedo, and nuclear cannons. It will be done, my lord. What it was actually, usually, like. Holy shit, these things are inaccurate. Don't worry, it's like 4 megatons. You can't miss. Klaus Barbie, you ducking Nazi, I hope you rot in hell. We will throw you into the worst prison in Europe, and I hope, if you want, I can hunt communist and KGB agents for the count of the OSS CIA. The Russians, when you tell them that charging in headfirst isn't the best way to take Grozny, hey, you're busting my balls. The prophets of Baal, when Elijah yelled flint and steel and a pillar of fire came down from the sky and destroyed their god. You know what's weird? Apparently we are supposed to be covered in feathers. You know what's really weird? But the time my species came around, your species had been dead for 60 million years. Say wah. Whoosh. And then I said to them, It is better to see the Turkish turban in the city rather than the papal tiara. I'm gonna execute you and your family. Take your fortune and add your son into my harem. Dad, I'm scared. Dead Drivilians. When people ask you what happened here, tell them Kievan Rus remembers. Tell them Alga came for her tribute. We built the IS-3. It's better than your junk tanks. We've got something better. We built a prototype of the AMX-50. Romania-Russia relations during World War I. The Germans are invading Romania. Can we store our nation's entire gold reserves in your Tsardom, ally? Vladimir Lenin. What a convenient way to spread world Bolshevism. Modern mercenaries. We use ballistic protection. We have first aid kits. And we are over-equipped. Mercenaries in the 1960s. The local gave us elephant hair bracelets supposed to protect us from bullets, and we still caught dysentery. Hellenes marching into battle. Let us fulfill our duty, fellow citizens. Raise the paean. Spartiates marching into battle chanting. No man shows himself to be good in war if he does not contemplate the scarlet slaughter and does not go on the offensive, his eyes locked to the eyes of his enemy. He who falls in this way amongst the first spears and loses his sweet life, blesses with honor his city, his father, and all his people. With many wounds in his chest, his shield and his armor pierced from the front. The Sinuan River, 1898. Jesus ducking Christ, how are the Spanish firing at us so accurately? 50 meters away. Oh hey, it's the Rough Riders. Man, it sure is convenient to have this enormous observation balloon. October 3rd, 1990. West Germany is no more. Duck this capitalist shit. I'm moving to USSR. December 26, 1991. The USSR is no more. Duck this capitalist shit. I'm moving to Czechoslovakia. July 17, 1992. Czechoslovakia is no more. Duck this capitalist shit. Now I have nowhere to go to. We are still communist. Duck that shit. I'd rather be a capitalist. No Spanish bullet can kill me. Bully. Buckino. Deliver the message hastily. Sir, yes sir. Trooper, no. Get up, man. Are you afraid? Sorry sir. Why does this keep happening?